Today, I almost traded Microsoft. I looked at this chart formation here, and I was right here in this candle area. And if I look through here, if I look at it here, if I look at it from this perspective, I'm looking at the shoulder here, that's the head, that's the shoulder, and I'm thinking, okay, so my conclusion was that this had a further downside, and I attempted to purchase a put on it. Okay, and then I bought the put. Then what I've noticed is that it started to move. It started to move up. Okay, it started to move up. But I noticed that in my main window, it was actually the put was actually growing in value for some reason. So I kept looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, so what's going on? And what I realized is that this particular chart does not correspond with the options chart. And the options chart actually had Amazon on it. And so I actually bought a put on Amazon, and that was actually declining, which was causing the account to slowly grow. And my conclusion was incorrect on this setup right here. And it's a good thing I was lucky today. So if I can look at here, and this region, my conclusion was right around here, okay, when the candle was being placed. However, what I did not notice is that I should have been more aware and more astute about the interaction between the VWAP and the candlestick formation, and which is this. Now this is the VWAP right here. Okay, that's the VWAP. This is a 200-day moving average as well, and it essentially what it did was it stayed above the VWAP, and then it touched down on the 200-day moving average, not once but twice. Okay, that's a confirmation, especially when this is previous day's high, and it is actually moving towards the previous day's high. It means that there's three sets, and I checked the news too. The news actually had something about well, it might not be the news. So there's at least 3 instances of positive news. Okay, so it raises price target right there. It says raises the price target. So essentially, I'm count. So essentially, there's 4 confluences that are supporting the upward trajectory of this stock. Essentially, and so it's above the VWAP. It's touching down. It's above the 200-day moving average. It's touched down on it, and it was respecting it. And there was positive news about it. That's at least 3, and it also is actually hugging the previous day's high, which means that there were 4 sets of information that was leading to the fact that it was actually moving up. And so my trade should have been based on the impact of this, based on the way that it was interacting with the moving averages, that it was actually going to move up. And so had I gotten in here, I would have had 380 to 382. That's about $2.50 move there. Even if I bought a put, that would have been about maybe 150 to 200 points gain on this particular transaction. Okay, if I waited until I reached this point here, when I saw this little candle right there. So there is some luck involved, and there were some 4 confluences that are picking that was showing that it was moving in the right direction. And I could have, had I been more patient and looked at these chart formations, I would have seen it.